My name is Shawn Gardner. I want to get started, but first I want to give a shout out to my daughters, beautiful, intelligent daughters, Tia, Bree, Malia, and Sydney. They're the motivation of why I do what I do. Secondly, is there anybody who can give me a hand? Anybody? Anybody? Give me a hand. Somebody. Raise your hand. Anybody? Right there, right there. Hands up. Now that I got your attention, I want to start off with a thought to ponder. The thought to ponder is this, and it's nothing but a question that makes you start a debate. Here's the thought to ponder, making fatherhood normal. If you take low-income moms in a self-sufficiency program who can achieve self-sufficiency in about 4 or 5 years, could we then turn it over to the father and allow him to take advantage of those services? Now, you're probably saying, well, Shawn, why are you picking on moms? Look at it this way. 20 million children live absent their fathers. That's like going from Indiana, going through Kentucky, through Ohio. You can knock on every door, and not once will you find a father who lives there. This picture right here is a program that we do called Single Mothers Forum, so that you know I don't pick on moms. We've been doing this for about 5 years. We're going to our 6th one this year. So I just want you to think about that when we start talking about making fatherhood normal. Just think about it. If you think it would work. Okay. I'm glad you had time to think about it. Now, also, I just recently published my book, Me Versus Me, and what I like about my book is when you thumb through it, what you will find is a situation where I talk about being homeless, I talk about being kicked out of every school I went to, I even talk about the situations where I got in trouble with the law. But additionally, I talk about the time that I met my father, only 2 times. Once, after my mom died, the 2nd time, I was incarcerated, and he didn't say, I'm your dad, I didn't say I'm your son. So that kind of led me to where I am today as a father. That's kind of my motivation. But along with that being my motivation is women. Let me help you understand why. Women, when they see me with my children, they would say, oh, you're playing Mr. Mom. Or they would say to me, you know what? Oh, it's so cute that you're babysitting. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not Mr. Mom, and I'm not babysitting. These are my kids, these are my children, and I'm just doing what fathers do. But then you also have another situation. Thank you. But then you also have another situation where there's a father who said something I had to address, and when I did address it, this is what I realized. He needed to be educated on how to be a father. We don't have services for those guys who really want to be fathers. So think of it this way. I didn't have a father in my life. I wasn't getting respect as a father, and then I got a father who needs to be educated on how to be a father. Thus, 2-Not-1 Fatherhood and Families, an organization I started a few years back. Now, again, here go the women, and I love it. They mean no ill intent, but this is what they say to me. You're going to get fathers to pay their child support. Yes, but that's a very small part of what I do. But the best way to explain what I do is to tell you about the mission of 2-Not-1. Promote the safety and well-being of children by implementing strategies to keep fathers involved and families together. What does that mean? Well, let's look at the mission statement. First of all, the safety and well-being of children. At the end of the day, every child needs to know the love of both parents. But let me break it down even more. We know that when fathers are involved, children are less likely to use drugs. We know that when fathers are involved, children are more likely to graduate from high school. And in my case, we also know when you have daughters that your daughters are less likely to get pregnant early. And it doesn't have anything to do with the shotgun by the door. Y'all get that later. Now, after the safety and well-being of children, we have to talk about strategies. What are the strategies? First, engage, educate, and empower males to become men and make better decisions as fathers so that they don't have to grow up like I did. And that's right there, that's me, and that's my mom. She passed when I was 10, but here's what you're missing the dad. I don't want to see children have to grow up like that. So I come up with strategies to make sure that we can engage, educate, and empower. Some of those strategies are the Mothers Forum that we talked about earlier, the conference, the picnic that we have, Fatherhood for Fathers 101. But here's another thing I want to pause real quick. We have a picnic, and on our picnic one year, a picture was taken. It was posted on Curie Journal's website, and I guess the mom saw the picture, and she wrote underneath the picture, oh, out of all the days to be a father, he chooses to be a dad on Father's Day. And you know what? I say good. Let me tell you why. First of all, see that kid? That kid is happy. That's one good memory that child is going to have with his father. Unlike me, I have no good memories of my father. 2, look at the father. He's engaged. And if that is the case, if it's truly the case, here's the deal. He's going to see other men positively engage with their kids, and hopefully he's going to want to emulate that. That's the beauty of the events and activities and the strategies. Next, fathers involved. We got to make sure that when we talk about strengthening families, it's not just about mothers, not just about children, but we make sure we include fathers. This is one of our events. Look at that guy. Look at the backpack. Ritz crackers, a teddy bear, some juice. Families together. We always talk about bringing families together. We can talk about marriage, but at the end of the day, half the time people are going to end up in divorce. What I like about the program that we have called Teen Fatherhood University is that one of the components that we have is a co-parenting dinner. So we're going to work with fathers and get them where they need to be, but then guess what? There's a co-parenting dinner when we drag the moms in. Now look, you can't do this. In this day and age, the economy is bad, but we have partners. Thanks to Plymouth Community Center and the leadership of the director, who's actually going to speak tonight. We didn't even know that, but he's going to speak tonight, so that's beautiful. You get to hear from him as well. But they allow for us to have a home. So for the last 4 or 5 years, we've had a home at Plymouth Community Center. And you know, you have to ask, a lot of times you hear execs talk about being on a shoestring budget. We're on dental floss. So this year we finally said, you know what, we're gonna go out, we're gonna ask for money, and we're on a $50,000 charitable campaign. We've raised about $8,000, so we're on track to make about $15,000. You know, we could have raised $50,000 if people understood the importance of keeping fathers involved, but you know, hey, that's another story. Hopefully we can get to that point. And I'm gonna end with this. This is a picture of me, my ex-wife, and our 4 beautiful children. Nikki, we understand one thing. Even though we're no longer together, we recognize the importance of working together to raise these 4 beautiful, intelligent girls. And finally, my daughter, when she heard overheard a conversation, and the person said, well, I don't know about my father. Well, when she heard it, she said, you don't have a father? And that's what it's about, making sure that when a child is being raised, they know the love of both a mom and a father. So with your support, with the community support, hopefully we can change the lives of children one father at a time if we take the time to make fatherhood normal. Thank you.